After Sylvia and Johan have gone to the forest for a picnic and entered the old house, they encountered a mysterious creature.
Did you see that, Sylvia?
Yes. What was that?
No idea. But it was a big, ugly creature.
What do we do now, Johan?
Let's go after it.
What? You want to follow it?
Of course.
Johan and Sylvia left the old wooden house. They followed the footprints into the forest.
There are lots of trees and lots of paths here. We have to split up.
Are you crazy, Johan? Split up? There's a big, ugly creature running around freely, and we don't know what it is.
Yes, Sylvia. But if we can film the creature with our cell phones, we might get on the news.
It doesn't matter.
I would like to be on the news.
After 2 hours, Sylvia and Johan were still walking through the forest. They were looking for the creature. Sylvia no longer believed that the creature could be real. Maybe it was all just a bad dream, but Johan kept saying that the creature was definitely real. An animal like a yeti that had never been filmed before. The two came to a particularly dense spot in the forest. Johan told Sylvia to wait. Maybe the creature was hiding here? He smiled at Sylvia and disappeared between the trees. Johan didn't come out again. Sylvia waited a few minutes. She heard nothing, she saw nothing. After an hour, still no Johan. Sylvia looked at her cell phone. She had no connection at this point. Nobody could help her. Since it was already very late and she could hardly see anything anymore, she went back to the house. She sat down on an old couch that was there and waited for Johan. She took a sandwich out of her backpack and ate it. In the end, she fell asleep. Very early the next morning, Sylvia woke up. Still no Johan. Sylvia was very worried about Johan. She had to get help now. She walked back for hours. Finally, she came to a village. There was a lot going on in the village. People were working in their gardens. Children were running and playing on the way to school, and cars drove past. It smelled like breakfast. Sylvia felt like having a coffee and went to the village cafe. Lots of people were having breakfast there. Sylvia still had no reception on her cell phone.
Good morning.
Good morning. What would you like?
Can I use your cell phone?
Of course, it's charging there.
Thank you.
Would you like anything else?
Yes, a coffee please.
Sylvia went to the phone and dialed Johan's number. Maybe her cell phone was the problem. But no. His phone had no reception either. She thought about it and decided.
I'll call Johan at home.
The phone rang once, twice, 3 times, but no one picks up the phone.
Why doesn't anyone answer? What is going on? Johan lives with his brother. He's usually at home all day because he works there.
Sylvia drank her coffee and called again. Nobody answered. Sylvia left the cafe and sat down on a bench. There she thought again. Sylvia was a very intelligent woman who rarely got nervous. She decided to drive straight to Johan's house. Maybe he is there sleeping.
Are you on your way to work?
No, I want to visit a friend of mine.
Lucky you. I have to work all day.
Sylvia said nothing more. The taxi driver was very nice, but she didn't feel like talking. She just wanted to find Johan. She didn't believe that there was a strange creature in the forest. She finally wanted to know where her friend was.
Here we are. That'll be 9.50 euros.
Here you go. The rest is for you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Can you wait here a moment?
Yes, no problem.
Sylvia got out and went to Johan's house. It was a big house with 2 floors, a garden and a garage. It was in a very nice and quiet neighborhood. There were also shops where you could buy fruit, bread and everything you needed. Johan's car was parked in front of the house.
What is Johan's car doing here? Is Johan already home? Has he perhaps called his brother? If Johan has driven home by car, why didn't I get a message from him on my cell phone?
She went worriedly to the house of her two friends Claudia and Veronica. But they weren't home either. Their cell phones were turned off.
What is going on? Since they have met this monster, all of my friends have disappeared.
Something had to happen. She couldn't call the police. She couldn't tell the police anything about a hairy creature in the forest. Besides, Johan's car was parked outside the door. But where was he? Was he injured or sick and in hospital? She had to take the initiative and find him herself. A few minutes later she got back into the taxi. This time she found a shorter route to the house by the lake. A few minutes later she got back into the taxi. This time she found a shorter route to the house by the lake. When she came out of the forest, she was paralyzed for a moment. There was a light in the dark house. And Sylvia knew exactly that she had turned the light off that morning.